Hey everyone, Lachy here at Noisegate. Welcome to another video. Really stoked to be coming to you from Arturia HQ here in Grenoble, France. I'm here with Sebastion, who is a product manager at Arturia, and we are really excited to be showing the new Keystep. Yeah, this is really exciting. Thanks so much for taking the time to talk us through it.
Do we want to listen a bit to it?
Yeah, give me a rundown.
Yes.
Go for it.
All right. So one thing I really like with this is like the synergy between the features, and I want to explore that. So first, it's just a good key bed with aftertouch.
Channel aftertouch.
Channel aftertouch, yes. Chord. Create your own chord.
How big's the chord you can make?
I think it's 8 notes.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. And you can as long as you hold chord, you can navigate the octaves and have something that really spans a lot of notes. But yeah, here's.
Does the chord stay within a scale that you play to?
It can.
It can.
So right now it doesn't. But if I hold Shift with chord, I see a scale here, and then I can choose a scale. So I can choose a minor A scale, for instance.
Great.
Now my chord will stay in the scale. Actually, the chord mode also got some of the advanced feature from Keylab 3, like the ability to the chord voicing, meaning when you move the chord, it doesn't just
it inverts it.
Yes, it does some chord inversion and voicing. Yeah. That's so.
So it's more musical the way that you can play the chords.
It's more like how a pianist would play.
Exactly. Yeah.
So we have that. So that's the chord mode. Then let's say I activate the arpeggiator. And that chord that I created now becomes like the input of the arpeggiator. Right. Now let's elaborate a bit on the arpeggiator. The arpeggiator has, so I'm gonna hold it. Arpeggiator has a bunch of different modes like up, down, random.
And we've got these little patterns here to describe.
That's correct. These drawings describe what it does. So order or polyphonic. And then we get into more generative modes. So you see all these different icons here. They actually represent the kind of sequence that you would get.
The kind of shape.
The kind of shape of the sequence. So if I choose this one, for instance, it's something that's going to give me a note on every step. Like no silences and no longer notes. If I choose these ones, I'm going to get some silences.
Okay.
So, and as you move further down, this is more silences or bringing some longer notes.
Yes.
And then you can also bring some polyphony.
Does it follow the shape in terms of where the pitch is?
No.
That's just the general sort of description.
The shape is a general description. And then you have this mutate function. And what mutate does is keep the structure, meaning do I want a lot of silences or not? Do I want long notes or not? Do I want polyphony or not? But bringing something new. See? So for instance, I still have something that is polyphonic with somewhat shorter notes.
Cool.
And it stays within that chord that I played.
And then if you press reset, it just goes back to...
It goes back to the initial thing that I had, yes.
Cool.
The initial pattern. So this already, like this is already super creative, just going within all these different kinds of sequences and mutate until you have something that you like.
And then you can press save here. You've got like a bass, and you can start to go build from there.
Well, not directly. Right now I still have an arpeggio, and this is still like just like a floating thing. I can't really save it as it is, but I can turn it into a sequence. So first, let's look at, like, right now we're listening to something that's only 16 steps. But I can extend that, and the way it works is it's still generative, but it creates like a musical structure, kind of like A B A C kind of phrasing. So let's extend the length. I hold the length button and tap the 16 4 times so that it extends every time. And now and it keeps that phrasing, but like you can hear some variations. You can do the first one and the third are very similar.
And can you change the way it phrases the pattern?
No, it still keeps that kind of logic. But because it's random every time, you wouldn't get like the exact same amount of variation from one to the other if I mutate.
But it's generally like a sort of like an ABA, like you said. It
ABAC,
follows like a cycle.
Yeah, correct. And it's not really ABAC, meaning the first and the third are exactly the same. It's just that they are very likely to be the same.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. Let's play with some drums. Let's say I like this. Makes sense. So now you were asking about how to save that. So what I can do is turn that phrase that I have into a sequence. So the Arp button, the shift function is to sequencer. And what it does is it turns that into a sequence. I can do that while it plays and it just stays in sync. It's just we're talking, so I stop. But basically that's all something you can do continuously as you jam. Now, because it's a sequence, so I can save it as it is, but I can also record on top of it.
Oh, amazing.
Oh, no, I did. I forget that every time. So so now I had pressed record and then started to preview what I wanted to play.
Yep.
So now I enter some note. So I can undo.
Undo. And having a quick undo function is so handy.
Yes, but then I pressed record again, so I lost it. You know what? Let's just do again. Let's start again from.
So some things undo can't help.
Yeah, like the way undo works is you start to record.
Yep.
And if you mess up, you can undo and go back to what you did before you started recording. But because I exited record and went back into it, then I'm back to a new recording, so I can't undo multiple times. So we're screwed. But it's alright because I mean the whole point is it's super easy to just do that again. So so let's say I like this sequence. Turn it into a sequence.
Yep.
And like it's done in real time. And now we're gonna do that, what I want to do. Oh.
And it gives you a little metronome as well.
Yes. Yeah, it shows a metronome and a progression bar.
That's so handy because sometimes it's can be difficult for someone to realize where they are in a sequence. So just having that little visual feedback is really important.
Yeah, exactly. Now we just added a bass to that sequence. Another thing I want to show is the ability to record pitch bend and mod wheel automations. That's something you can't do in the Arp, but you can do in the sequence. So.
How did you do that in? You just pressed?
So I pressed record. You can choose whether you want automation to be recorded or not. But I set it so it can be recorded, and then you can record pitch bend, mod wheel, and gate length and spice.
Cool. So not the aftertouch?
Not the aftertouch. No, not the aftertouch. And yeah, so now we have a sequence that came from nothing, like me entering a chord, turning it into an Arp. Using generative patterns, mutating until I have something, failing to turn into a sequence, doing it again, and then transforming that, adding a bass line to it, adding some modulation.
Amazing.
And like all of these things kind of flow together.
They really do.
You don't have to use all of these features. You can also just start from a blank sequence and then just build your way from it. You know, hold the sequence pattern in it. And
up to how many patterns can you?
You have 64 sequence slots that you can have.
That's an impressive amount actually.
Like if I do something different also from Keystep, if you press record and start entering a sequence, it's just gonna record for as long as you enter notes, and then when you stop. So let's do a bass line. Say I have 16 step.
Yep.
All right, and then I can also so I tell you about gate length. You can make notes short. Add some spice, which is going to randomize the gate length, randomize the velocity.
Yep.
Can mutate that also.
Cool.
Right?
Yeah.
So the mutation on a sequence transform what you already have. On the arpeggios, it's like completely a new idea. It just complies with the kind of pattern that you want. But in this case, it follows what you have created and just elaborates on it.
I mean, this really unlocks synths that might just have a very basic sequencer on board. Or for instance, I have an Arp 2600 Mini, so the mini version, which has no sequencer. So having this little Keystep in front of that and being able to send complex sequences like that to to the Arp 2600 is just, you know, amazing.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. And to me, that's a highlight compared to the original Keystep.
Yep.
You know, like how quickly you get fresh ideas out of it. You know, like you just playing a few notes,
yep,
just some random bass line, and then like you get new stuff, and at some point you like something, and
yep,
you just roll with it. You know, as a inspiration tool, it's beautiful.
Yep. Is this Keystep like just the beginning? Do you see other things coming from the step range from Arturia in the future, or?
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, for this, you know, like every time we bring in new things,
yep,
you know, I feel like there's a lot of inspiration,
yep,
from Mini Freak. You know, like the sequencer has a lot of things taken from Mini Freak.
Of course, yeah.
These arpeggio patterns was already something we brought in Micro Freak, then in Mini Freak, and then we just completely expanded it to be not just notes on every step, but something where you can build phrases with silences and polyphony and, and things like that. So every time we just, I don't know, take the good stuff from our products and refine it, add more.
Yep.
So
I
don't know what the future can be. Like,
exactly.
But this already is super cool, I find.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. What was the reason behind making a new Keystep?
Yeah. Keystep is a successful product, and it's getting old, you know? Yeah. It felt like the right time to refresh that. We still see them everywhere, but you know, we wanted to have a fresher design, to bring in some of the improved features that we have built over the years, and also bring in some new exciting stuff that is unique to Keystep. I guess we started like about 2 years ago, something like that, a bit less, and then just built all of that, yeah.
And so what was the main thing you wanted to improve on? Because, you know, the Keystep I think is a really great product. I have a Keystep 37 myself. I use it with a bunch of hardware synths that I own. Like, what was the main thing you wanted to achieve out of the new Keystep?
I would say the main thing was to not lose that recipe that we like in the first one. You know, like not go too deep into some area that would make it too complex. Like there's Keystep Pro if you want to have things that are really deep sequencing. You know, that was not really the point. I would say the point was to keep the form factor. You know, like this thing is so great because it's quite shallow, so you can have something in front of Keystep. You know, if you want to control a MIDI device, a modular system, whatever. It doesn't like take too much space. To me, that's an important part of it. Connectivity is essential as well. Like we heard from people that they use MIDI, they use USB, they use CVN gate, like all these things, they still had to be there. Price,
of course,
that's also part of what's cool about Keystep. It's a very cheap way to have sequencing for, well, keys and sequencing for any device that you have. So that was kind of like, this is what I want to protect. I want to protect the simplicity of Keystep, you know, like this thing doesn't have a million buttons. It still feels like, okay, here's a set of keys, here's a sequencer and an arpeggiator.
It's intuitive.
Yeah. But then like a lot of things, like we actually improved. Bringing a screen, an OLED display means you can kind of move away from the computer for configuration. It also means you can have more feedback, more comfort, like a visual metronome when you record. The ability to edit the sequence and see what notes are in the steps, like all of these things that you can't really do unless you have a screen. So that was like a big, I don't know, it's liberating in the workflow. And then sequencer and arpeggiator, just like completely revamp them and improve them. So more sequences, real-time recording, unquantized, the ability to record pitch bend and mod wheel, automations, undo function on the recording.
Function,
so,
of course.
Lots of things that just make recording more comfortable. And on the arpeggiator, tons of arpeggiator modes that are more like generative, like generative, bringing in some generative ideas, creating some sequences was really like the new area. Like this is where I wanted to bring something really new.
I also think like from what you've told me so far, it's about being able to generate an idea and then take that idea and make it into your own, right? It's about like an intuitive workflow that's smooth and musical to an effect. Just back to the connectivity, is there anything else different about like the connections on the back or?
Yes, there's a power switch, which we actually added on Keystep 37.
It's small, but it's a big thing.
It's very cool. A USB-C instead of micro USB, so like just a like newer technology. And so MIDI in and out, clock in and out that we already had. And CV gate, we used to have pitch, velocity, and gate. And now we have pitch and gate, and mod 1, mod 2. That can be velocity aftertouch, a random per note, a pulse per note, So yeah,
that's a big one for people with you know, UX systems and external hardware. That's a good one. Yeah. Well, thanks so much for taking the time to speak to us today. It's amazing to be here. Really appreciate getting a chance to see this early. Thank you so much for watching the video, guys. Remember to like and subscribe. We'll catch you in the next one.